Bit of action in the party room today as well. The opposition leader, as we expected, confirming that they will not support Labor's climate bill.
But throwing a bone to the moderates at the same time. So opposition leader Peter Dutton has assured his troops that he will support a 2030 climate target more ambitious than Scott Morrison took to the election this year, but says he will not back legislation supporting Labor's 43% emissions reduction target this week, because he says that legislation is a stunt. Coalition sources have told Sky News this out of the party room meeting. Mr Dutton told MPs that even the government admitted it did not need the legislation to commit to its target. Party room sources say 3 Liberal MPs in the coalition party room expressed concern at not backing the government's 43% emissions target. They were Bridget Archer, James Stevens and Andrew Bragg, all Liberals. Mr Bragg quoted a briefing to the party room from Federal Liberal Director Andrew Hurst last week, which said the coalition would have to win back inner urban seats in order to be re-elected. And he was suggesting climate change was an issue in those seats. Mr Stevens said he was okay to support the legislation, but did not want to hear, quote, crazy statements, unquote, on climate change from other MPs. Ms Archer said that it would be a bad look for the coalition to oppose emissions reductions, party sources said. The opposition's energy spokesman Ted O'Brien is on later in the program with Kieran, and he has said that nuclear energy will be part of the coalition's energy policy.
Will it include consideration of nuclear energy?
Yes, indeed it will. Indeed it will. Again, if you go back to what we believe as a party, we believe that all technologies should be on the table, and that includes consideration of new and emerging nuclear technologies.
So there have also been reports this morning that the Greens cannot come to a consensus on the government's bill and are requiring an extra meeting tonight to come to their position. Of course, the government needs them in the Senate. It will pass through the House of Representatives regardless. I asked Greens leader Adam Bandt about this on Sunday Agenda. Are there people in your party room who do not want you to accept the current bill? Are they putting pressure on you not to accept the current bill?
Well, look, there's a range of views in our party room, as you'd expect. And one of the good things about our Greens party room is that we have those robust discussions and we have them internally, and then we come to a consensus position. But as you'd expect, there is a range of views. And you have, again, it's not just us. It's the Pacific Islanders have said very clearly they want the government to do better.
But it is my understanding there is an expectation that the Greens can come to a collective position on this at their meeting tonight. And that points to me as if while they will put forward amendments, the Greens will ultimately back the government's bill enshrining a 43% climate change target. With the bill expected to go to the House of Representatives tomorrow or the next day, we'll soon know. Peter Dutton told his party room this morning that the government does not have a plan. But as Kieran pointed out earlier, he's now made 2 captain's calls without consultation with the party room. One on this 43% target, not to support it, and the other one in question time yesterday on that extension that he wants to the petrol excise cut. At least he said so yesterday.